After spending 1 month living in Oslo during a coronavirus lockdown, me and my friends decided to travel all the way up to the Arctic Circle for a vacation in Tromsø, Norway. After experiencing a beautiful flight, we ended up getting a little lost and had to take a couple buses before we managed to find our Airbnb. And boy, was it icy. Our first day in Tromsø was warm and sunny, and by warm I mean about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. We started our morning with a nice walk along the frozen harbor, seeing all of the boats on our way to the aquarium. We even saw a family of Arctic ducks on the way. In front of the aquarium is a statue of Helmer Hansen, a Norwegian polar explorer, as well as the Polstarnia ship that explored many Arctic areas around the world. Inside the aquarium, we were able to see the 2 different types of seals they have, the harbor seal, and of course, the bearded seal that's only found in the Arctic. The seal tunnel was fun for everybody, and every few seconds a new one would be swimming right over our heads. I especially liked the really blubbery ones. The seals feed and play games with their trainers multiple times a day to stay active. These bearded seals actually weigh 300 kilos, but that's actually pretty skinny for their breed. These little guys even know how to play fetch. While the other seals are out getting their exercise, this cutie just wants to relax in a waterfall. Next up, the aquarium's movie about the Arctic Circle.
Flames across the winter sky. What is it, and where does it come from?
After the aquarium, we made the brave decision to walk across the Tromsø Bridge, which connects Tromsø Island to the mainland. It was so windy and cold that I was scared to film. I thought the camera might actually blow out of my hands. But the views were stunning. After making it across the bridge just in time for sunset, we decided to go to the Arctic Cathedral, which was right in front of us at the time. The 55-year-old cathedral has a beautiful stained glass window, as well as a famous organ. On the morning of our second day in Tromsø, we decided to explore some of the cool fishing boats in the area. After exploring, we decided to go to a local brewery for the evening. This might not seem like much, but because of lockdown, this was my first time back in a bar in a year. Afterwards, we hitched a ride with our local guide for a Northern Lights tour. After driving an hour outside of Tromsø, we found a nice secluded spot in the mountains to make camp and wait for the Northern Lights to appear. And thus ended our second day in Tromsø. For our third day, we booked a tour with the Tromsø Arctic Reindeer Farm, which is run by some local Sami traditional reindeer herders. There are currently 250 reindeer on the farm, and more are expected to be born in springtime. Feeding the reindeer was one of my favorite things to do. They were all very friendly, would walk right up to you, and eat straight out of your hands. Some were more hungry than others, though. But the most exciting event of the day would of course have to be the reindeer sledding itself. After hours of sledding and feeding the reindeer, we all went into the big communal Sami tent to eat some traditional food and hear about the culture.
We have another Sami beautiful girl here. Her name is Irja. She's also coming from a reindeer herder family, have her own reindeers, and she will be together with us also today, and she will also tell you the story at the end of our time. The story is about Sami culture, the Samis, the reindeers, a lot of things around the culture, etc.
This is a male's antler. This is not that big. This is like normal size. I've seen much bigger, like double size maybe. From when we slaughter one reindeer, we use the whole reindeer for respect. We can make the skins you're sitting on, for example. You can make shoes like this, or mittens like this. Or you can make the clothing that we were wearing today. But yeah, these shoes. Some people usually guess that we have this toe because the Samis, we have one long toe. That's not true at all. This toe is for ski. This is a very, very old ski boot, the oldest one you can find. And they use wooden skis and straps on around the skis, and you just put it in the strap and you would go skiing. So I'll go like 2 jokes for you. The first one is about a girl called Aya. She's very pretty. She goes to Ketkin, where I come from. All the boys want her, nobody gets her, and she leaves. That's the story. Don't ask me why. No idea. So the first one goes like this.
On our last day in Tromsø, we took the cable car up the biggest mountain in town to see the entire city from up above. The view did not disappoint. After 4 amazing days of adventure, we finally had to say goodbye to the wonderful Arctic city that is Tromsø, Norway. Thanks for the memories, Tromsø.